Hey everybody, Rosmatter here. Welcome to part 5 of my Super Danganronpa Another 2 Let's Play. The last episode was the investigation and the beginning of the class trial into the murder of the ultimate spaceman Yuri, and it's been a pretty good one so far. We last ended the episode after sussing out who the culprit is, and I'm assuming this is going to be the true culprit. There could be kind of like a last-minute swerve, but I've played enough of these games to know, like, once you accuse somebody, they're the murderer. And the murderer is Hajime, the ultimate boxer. So I was kind of on the right path with my prediction at the beginning of the class trial. I had a feeling it was either between Shinji or Hajime. So we're going to go ahead and conclude the class trial in today's episode. So without further ado, let's get back into it and let's see how it ends. So, Hajime, are you the culprit? What? Wait a minute, Sora. You're saying Hajime's the culprit? Unfortunately, nobody besides Hajime fits all the conditions needed to be the culprit. He helped prepare the party, and he stayed late to drink with Yuri. He's the only one that was part of both groups, and he's a man as well. 3 strikes. That's correct. Hajime Makunochi is the person I've been suspicious of since the very beginning of this trial. How did you know so soon? Try to remember the question I asked at the very beginning of the investigation. I asked everyone, how do you feel about this murder? I do recall you saying that, but I don't see how that's relevant to the question. I can tell if a person is lying just by hearing them talk. What? So you knew Hajime was the culprit from that simple question? Kokoro, your abilities are even more powerful than my magical abilities, which is why I think Kokoro is not long for this world. That is too OP of an ability to just be able to, right from the beginning, be able to suss out who is the culprit. By comparing the clues and listening to each of the suspects, I was able to easily solve the crime. Hajime, without any doubt in my mind, is the culprit of Yuri Kagaran's murder. Plus, it's no fun if, like, a character knows from the beginning who the killer is every time. That is the undeniable truth. Then that means even the person that attacked me, it was all Hajime? Hey, hold on just a second. Why are you all making me the culprit all of a sudden? Don't you remember? I might qualify for the conditions, but that doesn't change the fact I was drunk. Oh, is this where we're gonna bring up the bottle of water? The only person who wasn't drunk was Yuriko. Don't tell me you all forgot about that. Yeah, that is true. Yuriko was the only sober person at the party, and even she says I was drunk. How the hell could I have killed Yuri? You all said the culprit had to practice their murder multiple times. That's just not possible while drunk. Are you guys accusing me just because I fit those conditions? Because if you are, I'm gonna get mad. No, if we assume Hajime is the culprit, all the pieces fall into place. I just need to prove it. Alright, there it is right there. Bottles of alcohol. I don't even need to see what the other ones are. I'm gonna pick that one. Alright, there must be someone who wasn't drunk last night. Right, there's no way Hajime is the culprit. Shinji, this isn't about friendship. You need to think logically. Besides, there are other reasons why Hajime is suspicious. No matter how suspicious I am, I couldn't have done the murder while drunk. Just ask Yuriko. I was drunk too. Well, he's not wrong. Everyone... Okay, we were completely drunk. Except me, of course. Okay. Did you check their blood alcohol level? You don't need to check to know that someone is drunk. I have experience. Everyone was drunk at the party last night? I'm not so sure about that. So there's 2 possible ones that I could choose from. Alright, I'm gonna go with the second one. There we go. I'm not so sure about that myself. Huh? What now? I went to the party's location during the investigation and found the leftover bottles of alcohol. Some of them were filled with water instead of alcohol. Water? At first, I thought it was just something that got mixed in with the other drinks, like the alcohol. But now that I think about it, couldn't the culprit have drank water and pretended to be drunk? Hold on a second, my memory is seriously a blur. What do you mean, pretended to be drunk? If Hajime was acting drunk during the party, he knew we would cross him off the suspect list. After all, we did conclude the culprit couldn't have been drunk. There's more, too. If I'm right here, something I heard earlier should further condemn Hajime. That something is, it's gonna be Shinji's, right? We haven't used that one yet, Shinji's account. He says he was waiting for Hajime because he had some business to attend to before their training. Oh, it's not? Oh, shoot, darn it. Okay, dang it, alright. Okay, something can, okay, let's check this again. I was so sure about that. Yuriko claims that somebody went with him, but she can't remember who. Okay, it's gotta be this one. There we go, okay. I jumped the gun a little bit. Yuriko, do you remember what you told me? You said Yuri left to go to the washroom before you all went back to the Monocrows. Yeah, that's true. You also said someone left with Yuri, right? I know you don't remember who that person was, but could it have been Hajime? Give me a minute to think. So, we did the thing, and wait, I think I just remembered something. That person told us to go on ahead. He said he'd take Yuri to the bathroom and then come right back. They had blonde hair and big muscles. It was Hajime. Now that you say that, Setsuka, I also believe it might have been Hajime. Really? Jeez, why can't I remember? The drunk people remember, but you don't? You really are stupid, Yuriko. Okay, so it looks like we've got a situation with, like, Kanade and Yuriko kind of gives me Hiyoko and Mikan vibes of just, like, one bullying the other. It's hard to remember things like that when you're extremely busy taking care of drunk people. Why are you being so hard on me? Because your bad memory frustrates me. If you could have remembered earlier, we would have already solved this case. But based on everyone's testimonies, I think we've got everything set in stone. I mean, Yuri must have been completely drunk for him to accept help from a male, right? So, Hajime lied about helping Yuri to the restroom and just never came back to the Monocrows. If we consider Hajime as the culprit, everything we've talked about makes perfect sense. Hajime, were you really the one who killed you? Oh, Shinji's gotta defend his bestie. Oh, this is also giving me Mondo and Taka vibes, like best bros to the end, and then Shinji's gonna have to deal with the fact that, like, his bro is about to die. Wait, Sora, please. Hajime, the culprit? That can't be right. God damn it, we have to do another rebuttal. Oh, I hate these. Okay. Hajime has an alibi. Please let me explain. I know fighting with words isn't my thing, but I have to do it to counter you, Sora. I have to do it for my friend. I feel like this is going to be the moment where we use his own account against him about, like, what he said about having to go to the, oh, shoot. Oh, no, what are the... Fuck. I did this last week. I can't remember what the controls are. I think it's S. Oh, no, none of them are the ones that I thought they were going to be. Okay, shoot. Okay, Hajime in the corridor. I saw leaving the Monocrow, so Hajime was normal. Oh, you couldn't have killed Yuri. Oh, no. Okay, Shinji, doesn't the fact Hajime arrived late, from what I'm aware of, Hajime is pretty strict on his timing. It's not his nature to be late, so honestly, even if what you're saying is true, his actions seem very strange. They're strange, but the body rediscovery... I can't read it. I saw something about time to go back. Shinji says Hajime has an alibi. I have something that contradicts it. All we need to do is refute it, then there will be no reason to defend Hajime. Except I can't really read it very well. Oh god, I'm doing so bad. Hajime in the corridor. Yeah. Oh, how do you change the arrows again? Is it shift? Oh, it's shift. Okay. So maybe the spiral staircase? Is that why? Maybe he wouldn't have... let's try that one. Oh no, I didn't have time. Shoot. Okay. I have no idea. I'm just guessing here. Okay, let's try... Okay, first we have to equip it. Alright, I think it's gonna be this last one here. Yeah, these ones always trip me up, these rebuttal ones. Oh, no, wait, I have to make sure to... okay. Alright, no, I'm losing a point here. Alright. Okay, that was it. Okay. Okay, let's hope we don't have to do another one of this again. I really don't care for those ones. Yeah, it didn't do so well at that one. I definitely do, I do want to get a, eventually, if I can get an ability that can either help me with this game or the Hangman one, the one where you have to, like, flip the cards. I'm gonna do so. And then, like, there might be some games coming up later, in later trials that might be even harder. Sorry, Shinji. Hajime actually could have easily made it back in time. The body discovery was actually made sometime after Yuri's death. What? Right. The body discovery announcement is only played once 2 people have seen the body. I thought it was 3. Once 3 people discover it. When Sora and I initially saw Yuri's body drop to the ground dead, the announcement didn't play. The announcement only played after we ran all the way up the stairs and had Yuriko see the body. Oh, so basically, after Sora and Yuki initially saw Yuri's body, the culprit had a bunch of extra time to move around when they climbed up the stairs. Anyone who investigated the stairs during the investigation should know it takes at least 5 minutes to climb the stairs all the way to the top. Of course, the culprit was able to quickly get down safely by jumping with his fulcrum mechanism. Setsuka once said that this was a relatively small island. Our culprit could have easily made it back to the Monocrow in time for the announcement. Wait, but didn't Shinji say he went jogging with Hajime? If Yuri died at 7:30 a.m., then how did Hajime find the time to kill Yuri? I briefly parted ways with Shinji while jogging. But that was to get your crow card that you forgot at the guest house. It didn't even take you more than 10 minutes. There's no way you could have done it in that time. There's this one thing that keeps bothering me. Do we all agree the culprit attacked Yuriko as soon as she left the Monocrow and carried her to the bell tower? If so, then they must have attacked her at around 7 a.m. this morning and moved her to the bell tower. Returned to the Monocrow, met with Shinji and started jogging. Parted ways mid-jog and ran back to the top of the bell tower. Made sure that Sora and Yuki were there and jumped off the bell tower, killing Yuri. Yuri. Dealt with the rope and life jacket, then came back to the Monocrow. Yeah, that does seem a little crazy when you put it that way. All in such a short amount of time? Is that even possible? Shinji, what time did you meet with Hajime this morning? Well, 7:15 a.m. Even if we say the culprit ambushed Yuriko at 7, 5 minutes to run up the tower, 5 minutes rushing up the stairs, 5 minutes rushing back down, and 5 minutes to run back to the Monocrow, there just wouldn't be enough time. No, he could have. If you just remove one of the steps, it all fits perfectly. Remove a step? You guys are assuming the stairs are the only way down. He could have slid down the rope. I mean, he already adjusted the rope length so it would work, right? Oh, I see. That makes sense. But wasn't the rope connected to the life jacket that was also connected to Yuri's body? Yuri died at 7:30 a.m. But if he rode the rope down at the time he should have killed Yuri, we still have a problem. He just had to get rid of the connection with Yuri. Hajime could have just yanked the hook out of Yuri's leg when he was carrying Yuriko to the top. Ugh. Not a lot of people wander outside in the morning, so Hajime was easily the first person to enter. Wouldn't everything be solved if Hajime just had to put the hook back into Yuri's calf? Oh, that's right. There was another wound on Yuri's body. It must have been because of that. The wound he had was... That was this one here. That mysterious stab wound on Yuri's other calf. Hanade's explanation would explain how the wound was created in the first place. Initially, the hook was in Yuri's right calf, but in order to save time after moving Yuriko to the top, the culprit used it as a means of transportation. In other words, the culprit took the hook out of the right calf so he could slide down, then hooked it back into his left calf when he returned to the bell tower. After he met up with Shinji, all he had to do was put his plan into action. So when he did, He waited for Sora and Yuki to arrive, and then jumped down to kill Yuri. Hold on a second, Sora, you said the culprit used the hanging wires to slow down his descent, right? But if he used the ropes before the murder, does that mean he didn't have anything to cushion the fall? Oh right, the wires would cut up Yuri and slow the culprit's descent, but if they slid down the rope without anything to slow him down, they'd be in trouble. Hey, that's a big problem. Didn't Kanade say falling from that high up would at least break their arms? Nope, it's not a problem this time. I know this sounds a bit ironic coming from me, but unlike back then, we know 100% who the culprit is. The culprit? Are you talking about Hajime? Before, I said anyone could end up injuring their arms because I didn't know who the culprit was. But Hajime's a boxer. Wouldn't he be able to withstand the impact to some degree? Ah, okay, so in this case, his ultimate does help him out, because it's funny how I was thinking that it had to be Shinji, because I'm thinking like, oh, he's a firefighter, he's probably used to like descending down buildings, maybe using a rope. So I was off in that aspect, but I'm glad that at least his ultimate, like, in some way helped him, I guess. I mean, nobody here cares about their health more than he does. And of course, the life jacket would also absorb some of the impact too, right? Doesn't that sound a bit unrealistic? Don't forget he did set up the wire system. If he could withstand the impact, he wouldn't have to. I wonder if we could just, tell him, like, hey, lift up your arms. Maybe he did hurt his arms, like, because I'm trying to think. I don't think he's really moved around too much since the murder happened, so maybe he did actually, like, really hurt himself. In your opinion, whom among us possesses the fortitude necessary to pull off such a stunt? Huh? Well, going based on pure muscle, I'd say either Big Bro or Hajime. See, the list of potential culprits has instantly gone down to 2. I get it. The fact the wires were all set up at all was so the culprit could use it as their alibi. If there was no break set up, our first question would be, who can endure the fall? Oh shit, if they're saying that it's like 2 people, it could have been 2 people, it could have been either Shinji or Hajime. Was Hajime, like, low-key, kind of... I know, the fact that he put Yoriko at the top makes me think he was trying to frame her, but I'm like, what if in a way he might have also been trying to frame Shinji, like his bro? Because, like, maybe we would assume that Shinji wouldn't hurt himself going down, I don't know. Exactly, he also might have needed a bit of a break to lessen the pain of the fall. Whether Hajime endured the fall or not, it's an undeniable truth he jumped from the top twice. And as such, it would all fit into place. Should we inspect Hajime's shoulders for further evidence? Ooh! Yeah, let's do that. The culprit could have also experimented through the impact during the night. You see, he's covering himself up. I bet he did hurt himself, and he's just like, maybe he did get some sort of wound. Or like bruising from the life jacket, or maybe he hurt his arms and he's hiding it. If I may interject, Yuki mentioned he received a text from Yuri asking for assistance, but the existence of such a thing on its own is very suspicious. Yes, let's get into this. Why would Yuri reach out to a male in his final moments as opposed to... Yes, that's true. It is weird that we showed up and he was like... Oh, maybe he was still kind of all kooky from the drugs. Maybe he was like still kind of out of it, that he didn't really feel any pain in his leg and he seemed like kind of happy. I'm guessing that maybe Hajime, like, because you can't use someone else's notebook, I think it's like... is it face activating? Like, is it scan your face or your finger? But either way, he probably just used Yuri to open it up and then send the message. Is that not odd? Yes, without a doubt. Yuki even said he was thrilled to be... No, it's Yuri. Yuri was thrilled to be murdered by a woman, not Yuki. I doubt he would ask for help if he was happy about it. Hajime probably took Yuri's handbook, to send the message and strengthen his alibi. That way the person who responded to the message would run up after the culprit. Now I see why he used the syringe with those exact measurements to insert the anesthetic. Oh my god, they keep mixing up Yuki and Yuri's name. It's to make sure... It sounds like Yuki's talking about himself in the third person. They maybe the creator should have maybe picked 2 names that weren't so similar because they seem to keep getting them mixed up. It was to make sure that Yuri would wake up as soon as I arrived at the tower. So Hajime was really planning this murder that far ahead? Hey, why are you all so confident that Hajime's the killer? So the culprit not only set up the wires to cushion the fall, but to confuse us and establish an alibi. Then he used the rope to get back down to the ground floor. I'd say that theory checks out. But why did he put the hook in Yuri's leg and then pull it out? He could have went down the tower with the rope first and then put it in his leg. Is it not possible Yoriko was actually a thorn in the culprit's plan? Oh, a thorn in the culprit's plan? Allow me to explain my reasoning. I'm Unable to enter the Monocrows in the late hours of the night, our culprit had to wait until morning to execute their plan. Therefore, it was absolutely crucial that Hajime boarded the Monocrows as soon as the doors opened. They had to do so to play the role of the innocent student after all. However, Yuriko decided to leave the Monocrow— oh shit! I assumed that he was planning on using Yuriko from the beginning to frame her. So that just ended up being kind of like a last-minute, like, desperate decision, I guess? Like, she just kind of wandered by and he just panicked? If so, like, that was pretty quick thinking on his part. He's like, oh, not only, like, I can basically pin this on her as well. Yuriko decided to leave the Monocrows right as they opened that morning. Could it be those two had a fateful encounter? Because of Yuriko, the culprit was worried about her discovering Yuri in the bell tower. He had no choice but to ambush her and involve her with the plan. I assumed that that was like the plan from the beginning. I have to agree with Mikado. Doing a jump from that high up is way too much of a gamble, even for Hajime. He wouldn't have risked it unless something messed up his plans. But why did Yuriko leave so early in the morning anyways? It's still suspicious. Told you already, I wanted to get a head start on my investigation. The moral boost of the party really motivated me to work harder, but this murder has made all that morale just completely disappear. Anyways, I'm pretty sure we've talked about everything. Anything to add, Hajime? Hey, Hajime, I still believe in you. Why are you just standing there? Tell them they're wrong. I've got to admit, everything they've said so far lines up to me. I don't even know where to start. Maybe it's because you're guilty. Ever thought of that? She says with a big smile on her face. This girl, she's gonna be an interesting one. She's also very sharp. I feel like if someone wants to get away with murder, get rid of Kokoro, get rid of Kanade. That's enough. Don't you believe in your friends at all? You're all teaming up on me with this weak speculation bullshit. This is all bullshit. There's nothing more to say. Alright, terminate talk shooting. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the end. Wow. If that's the case, holy cow. This was a pretty— I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. It's— the first trial tends to be pretty short, but it is too. Okay. But man, like, considering that the last episode I did the full investigation plus a good chunk of the class trial and it was only about an hour and a half long, I was like, yeah, this is a pretty short one. I think it was also that the investigation part was like really short. Okay, terminate talk shooting, or TTS for short, is your chance to deal the final blow to the culprit. The person defending themselves is going to be desperate, so they're going to throw a lot at you. I mean that in a literal sense, of course. Words are going to show up everywhere on screen. You'll have to navigate the grid on screen using your arrow directional keys. You can only move vertically and horizontally, no diagonal movement. To shoot arguments, you'll need to tap the Z key, okay? Your goal is to shoot the orange arguments that show up on your screen. Avoid shooting the normal words. Sometimes green arguments will show up and you'll need to shoot these twice to clear them. You can have a total of 6 bullets at a time loaded. You can see the counter at the bottom left. When you run out of ammo, use the shift key to reload. Fair warning, pressing the reload key will freeze you in place until your truth gun is loaded. When your opponent reaches low enough health, you will be given the chance to counter them. Carefully select the correct words from each movement key and give your rebuttal. If successful, your opponent will quite literally be done for. Fight against your opponent and come through as the winner for everyone's sake. Good luck. I find like at the end when I have to put the words together, that's where I always fuck it up. Alright guys, let's hope we do better at this than I do with the rebuttal one, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Alright, okay, let's do this. Ah, dang it. Ah, I'm not doing so well this time, no! Damn it! Okay, here we go. We're down to, I think it's probably be the last one. Oh no, why did it glitch? Ah, crap. No, 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 no. Ah, I'm not doing so good. I'm not doing so good. I'm almost done. Come on, I've almost knocked him out. Ah, no. Ah, no, reload. Ah. I was doing relatively okay, and then like right at the end, it always happens to me. Oh my god, I'm losing so much health. Ah! No. Okay, okay. All right, what's the things here? Okay, this is it. Okay, Hajime's inconsistent no, I screwed up. I don't even know what it was. Something about Hajime's personality inconsistent actions or something to that effect. Reload, reload. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh, reload, reload. Ah! Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Okay. Hajime's actions inconsistent with personality. There we go. I don't quite know what they mean by that, though. But I guess Sora will give us an explanation of what that means. Oh, alright, well, we're just about wrapping up, so we'll get the whole thing laid out for us about exactly what's going on. Hey, Hajime, are you really going to insist you were drunk? You? Oh, because he views his health, maybe, as, like, the most important thing so he wouldn't get drunk? Is that it? You, Hajime Makunochi, got completely drunk? That's not at all like you. Nobody here cares more about their health than you do, Hajime. I always did think it was strange you were drinking at the party. You did say drinking a bit was okay for your health, but you drank so much more than a bit. And I just can't see someone like you not being able to restrain themselves from drinking. I don't know, I feel like of all of the, like, gotchas, this one's kind of weak. There's a little thing called a mood. I'm human too, you know. I let loose sometimes. Hajime, it's about time you cut it out. I just remembered. You're the one who wanted to invite Yuri to the party, weren't you? Oh shit, okay, this I forgot about. That's right, he wanted to invite Yuri, saying that he wasn't that bad of a person. Even then, he hadn't forgotten to talk about the importance of health. Damn it. Hajime, what the hell were you thinking? It's not me. I'm not the culprit. Fine, have it your way. Let's review this case from the start. Then you'll have no choice but to admit to your crimes. The closing argument is about to begin. Alright. The closing argument is a selection where you'll have to resume the case step by step. Okay, so arrange cut pieces in the correct order. Press the A key to see details about the cut. You'll be given a series of images to select for each page. Your objective will be to place every single image in the chronological order of the murder. If you're having trouble, you can press the A button to analyze any given image. Doing so will give you a brief description of what's in the image. When you think you've had the right idea, press the selection key to select the image. Once you've chosen all the images for a certain page, you'll be given a chance to review. Once you're confident with your order, press Z once again to confirm. You've cornered the culprit. It's time to show them the truth and settle this for good. Good luck. At least, unlike all of the minigames, this one doesn't feel as like, oh, I gotta rush, like, like it's all so quick. This one I can take my time with it. Alright, let's see. A culprit came up after hearing about the party. Okay, so we're gonna say that that was the first one, and then came up with it after. Yuri declares any woman can kill him at any time. Oh wait, shoot, no, that'll be first. Oh no, because like he said that before the party. No, oh no, okay. Shoot, I think I've already fucked up. I've already fucked it up. I should have looked at all of them first. The killer, after hearing Yuri's words, thought of... No, I've screwed it up. Is there any way that I can, like... I can choose... Okay, let's... We're just gonna go ahead and put that... I'm gonna cancel. Yeah, I did all of that in the wrong order. I did all of that in the wrong order. So first we're gonna go... Then that. Then that. Then that. There we go. Now let's actually read through all of them before we go ahead and just start putting things down. The culprit was helping prepare the party. Yuri was drunk. As the party started, the killer quietly watched the situation. The culprit placed alcohol and water during the preparations for the party. Okay, so we're gonna say they helped set up for the party. They put the water down. They watched the party, and then Yuri was drunk. The culprit used the anesthetic on the kidnapped Yuri. The culprit took Yuri to the bell tower. The party lasted until late at night. The culprit pretending to help a drunk Yuri. Okay, so we're gonna say it lasted. He helped him. He drugged him. And then took him to the bell tower. Oh, I screwed it up somewhere. Okay. Let's check this again. Except he was kidnapped at that point. Was that not correct? Because he kidnapped... No, I feel like that... I mean, I'm gonna do it again. Then... I know I'm doing this exactly the same way, but I'm like, did I just... Okay, that... Okay, fine. It lasted until late. And... Oh! Oh! No, 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 no. I'm dumb. I'm done. Okay. No, he probably used the anesthetic. Okay. No, no, no. I see where I went wrong. I see where I went wrong. He used the anesthetic at the bell tower, I'm guessing. So that... Took him to the bell tower, and then used the anesthetic. There we go. Okay, during the night, the culprit prepared the rope length, wire, and other necessary things. The culprit was confused by Yoriko's appearance. After all the preparations are complete, the culprit waited for the doors to open in the morning. Yoriko came from the Monocrow's. Okay, so we're gonna say, so they made the preparations first. And then they... Then Yoriko, then that. Culprit moves Yoriko to the top of the tower. To shorten the time, the culprit had to jump off the bell tower without any safety precautions. The culprit attacks Yoriko and uses the anesthetic. Before moving her to the top of the bell tower, the hook and rope were readjusted. Okay, so he attacks her first. And then he does that. Then he brings her to the top and then jumps down. See, I was thinking at the end that they were going to, like, ask Hajime to show his arms or his shoulders or his body that he's been covering up. I thought that that was going to be the final thing and, like, the terminate talk. Not the, like, oh, you wouldn't get drunk because you care about your health. That still seems a little bit weak sauce to me, but... To put the murder trick into action, the culprit puts the hook in the calf. The culprit leaves Shinji by making an excuse. The culprit sends a message to Yuki after preparing the murder. The culprit returns to the Monocrow's quickly to join up with Shinji. The culprit confirmed Yuki and Sora had arrived at the bell tower. Okay, so it's gonna be... Oh boy, this one's... Okay, let's check this one again. Okay, so I think he would have met up with Shinji. Oh gosh, okay. Alright, let's try this one. Now, I can't remember if he did the thing with the calf before or after. Ooh, okay, let's do... Okay, let's do the... Oh boy, okay. This one's a little bit tricky for me. Okay, let's do that one. And then he returns to meet up with Shinji. Then he says he has to leave. He's... I don't... Oh wait, there was one that straight up, oh. Oh, we straight up got an extra one. Ooh. That's a little bit trickier. Ooh, this one's a little tricky, okay. Yeah, there's this one I didn't even use, which was the culprit confirmed Yuki and Sora had arrived at the bell tower. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this one. Alright, let's give it a try. So let's do... Shit, this one's got me stumped here. I might lose all my stars. I'm trying to think, when did he meet back up with Shinji? And when did he... I can't remember when he removed the hook and the calf. Alright, we're just gonna give this a go. We're gonna try... this. I don't feel confident about that. I think that's wrong. Oh, that was right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Ooh, alright. Didn't mean to do that. I wanted to look at it. The quick-footed culprit went to the Monocrow before the body discovery and joined the others. Yuki receives a message from Yuri's e-handbook. The killer jumps off the bell tower after he's confirmed the plan is going smoothly. Alright, I'm just gonna put some in, because I'm gonna have to redo it anyway. I prefer the way that this is usually done, where I can look over the whole thing, rather than go page by page, because, yeah. Okay, so... So this one was about him going, the culprit jumped off the bell tower with the wire attached to Yuri. Okay, so let's do... Sends the message. The culprit jumped off the bell tower. The killer jumps off after he's confirmed the plan is going smoothly. See, those two seem almost exactly the same. Oh no, I did that wrong, I think. Dang it. Okay, sorry guys, let's try that again, okay. Okay, so he hadn't jumped yet, so this would be... So he would send the message first. Then he would confirm they got to the bell tower. And then he would... Because these two seem almost similar. Okay, there we go. The killer jumps off the bell tower. So, pick that one. And then the bell rings. We'll go with that. Okay. Sora and Yuki discover Yuri's body. To get their alibi, the killer returned to the Monocrow. The rope is pulled by the wire installed on the stairs. Yuri gets pulled up. When the line's cut, Yuri falls back down. The culprit lands on the ground, cuts the rope. Okay. Alright, so he cuts the rope. So yes. The rope. Oh no, that should have been first. I also don't like the fact that I, like, can't go back and fix my mistakes until I put all of them in. Like, it'd be nice if I could just do it one by one. If I make a mistake, be like, oh, I just want to, like, delete them all and start over. Okay. Okay, so first he's gonna get pulled up, then he's gonna cut the rope, then he's gonna fall, and then they're going to discover the body. Yes. Yes? Okay. Alright, we're on the last page here. My goodness. Okay. Yoriko was moved to the top of the bell tower and the hook and rope were readjusted. The quick-footed culprit went to the Monocrows. Yuri was dragged up. Sora and Yuki thought he was still on top, so they followed. The body discovery announcement plays. The culprit pretends to be surprised to see the body. That's going to be the last one. Okay, so yeah, they are going to go up the stairs first. And then, yeah, so while they're up the stairs, then he's going to remove that. Then he's going to head back to the Monocrows. Oh wait, there's one that's... Oh, that's not right, is it? Damn it. I have one missing here, or like, one extra. I feel like this one... Yoriko was moved to the top of the... No, because that one, that feels like that one, that's already happened at that point. So yeah, we're just gonna go with... They go... There we go. Killer returns to the Monocrows, meets up with everybody, and then pretends to find the body. That was a tricky one. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who found that one a little bit tricky. I guess it's just because the way of doing this was a little bit different than usual, so... Anyway. It all began when Yuri started saying that weird stuff about wanting to die for a single woman. He knew we were all getting desperate, so he offered any girl the chance to kill him and escape. Unfortunately, his words caught the attention of this case's culprit. If Yuri had been killed, everyone would suspect a woman of being the culprit. The culprit used this to their advantage in the murder. However, Yuri had locked himself away and would only answer to women. Setsuka decided she wanted to host a surprise party to get everyone to cheer up. I bet Setsuka is going to have a little bit of guilt into the next chapter, being like, if I hadn't proposed that stupid party, Yuri might still be alive. Our culprit saw this party as a critical part of his plan. And all to think, if they hadn't trusted Hajime to help set up the party, maybe Yuri would still be alive. After involving himself with the party, he was able to convince everyone else to invite Yuri. While preparing the party, our culprit mixed up some of the drinks with alcohol. This was to make sure people would get drunk. It wasn't too long after that the party started. Yuri, a man who was fond of wine, had become completely drunk as he's holding a beer. Both our culprit and the victim drank late into the night until they had to return to the Monocrows. Once the party reached its end, our culprit helped Yuri and slipped away from the others. As a result, both the culprit and the victim were left all alone at night outside the Monocrows. Once separated, the culprit took our victim directly to the bell tower. Since this all took place at night, there was no witnesses or interruptions that could affect them. Yuri was already passed out from being drunk, but to be extra sure, our culprit injected him. He used a syringe to inject him with a liquid anesthetic that would keep him out for a long time. Since our killer had plenty of time until morning, he took some time to practice his method. It was during this practice that he made sure all his measurements were perfect. Once finished, he had to wait outside until morning. Once morning announcements went off, our culprit was going to enter the Monocrows. However, as soon as the doors opened, Yoriko stepped out of the Monocrows. If she had gone to the bell tower, this whole case would be ruined for the culprit. The culprit had no choice but to inject her with the remaining anesthetic and move her to the tower. Although the decision was made in the moment, it actually ended up driving suspicion away from him. During this time, the killer was becoming late for his morning jog with Shinji, so he had to hurry. So he removed the hook from Yuri's right cap while moving Yoriko. Going up and down the stairs would take far too much time, so our culprit used the rope as means of transportation. With Yoriko in tow, the culprit rushed to the top of the bell tower. With the hook detached, our culprit quickly jumped off the tower using his fulcrum method. Normally, they would injure themselves without the weight of Yuri and wires to slow him down. But he decided to take a risk and put faith into his fitness and his health. Thankfully for our culprit, his talent was perfect for something like this. The killer, who had shortened his travel time, joined Shinji in the Monocrows. During our jog, During the jog, our culprit made an excuse to depart from Shinji for a moment. Returning to the bell tower, our culprit rearranged the hook placement. He couldn't reuse the right cap, as it had been really torn up, so he inserted it into the left cap. This is the reason he had wounds on both of his calves. Once everything was ready, the culprit used Yuri's handbook to send a distress message to Yuki. As Yuki received the distress message, our culprit quickly made their way up the bell tower. And to think, if he had thought to send it to a woman instead, it's weird that he picked Yuki. If he had sent it to a woman, that would have been more believable. I wonder if there was a reason why he picked Yuki specifically. Once the culprit heard we were there, and Yuri had woken up, he jumped off the bell tower once again, this time actually doing it for the murder. Yuri, who was connected to the life jacket via the hooks, was sent flying into the air. As Yuri flew up, he was cut up by several sharp wires that had been set up by the culprit. The culprit, now safely on the ground, cut the rope, and Yuri was sent falling downwards to finish him off. Since there was nothing to slow his fall, it was without a doubt the true reason of death. Yuri, who we had just seen a moment earlier alive, was now a bloody mess on the ground. This is the truth of Yuri's death, as Yuki and I had witnessed it. Once we saw the gruesome sight, we decided to rush up the stairs, hoping to find the culprit. While we did that, the culprit quickly disposed of the life jacket and was headed to the Monocrow. Doing so would give him an alibi when the body discovery announcement went off. Fortunately for him and his fitness, he was able to make it back in time. After the body discovery announcement, the killer made his way to the bell tower with everyone. Doing so, he was reacting innocently with everyone. However, this was all an act. In truth, he had been the one to kill Yuri Kagura. The killer is without a doubt Hajime Makunochi, the ultimate boxer. Now we get to see, how is he going to die? What is his execution going to be? It's over, Hajime. You are the culprit. Huh, I guess I can't argue back to that, huh? Does that mean I can't deny it now? They got it all right. I'm sorry, Shinji. I am the culprit. Ugh, see. Ow, that is real bad. And that's the first one, man. Oh, they're only gonna get more difficult from here. Apparently I've really slipped in between playing the first and the second one. Thank goodness for having that ability that allows me to double my experience. So that was nice. I got 6 skill points. And a hell of a lot of C cards. Oh my, or like, of money. Heck yeah. I got nice. Oh, have we reached a conclusion? That wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. Are you ready to see if your answer was right or wrong? A fair warning, you only get one chance. I'm going to assume I gave you all enough time. I will proceed to the voting time. Now everyone, please select who you think the killer is with the switch in front of you. Will your answer be correct or incorrect? What will be the outcome? Your answer is correct. The one who killed Yuri Kagura was Hajime Makunochi. Congrats on getting the correct answer. Hajime, how could you? I'm sorry. What do you mean sorry? You're the culprit. You murdered Yuri and all you have to say for yourself is I'm sorry? Why? Hajime, why did you do this? Why would you, of all people, kill someone? Please answer, Hajime. Why did you kill Yuri? I can't tell you. Eh? You can't tell us? You guys wouldn't understand. You'd all probably hate me even more if I told you. Are you serious? We had to go through all of this because of you. We all do this and you don't even give us a straight answer? Well, to be honest, you weren't very helpful, sis. Hajime, please tell us. We just want to know. Did you forget about the rules of the class trial? The rules? If the Blackened's identity is revealed during the trial, they'll be punished. Right, Hajime, you're about to be killed. Do you realize that? Indeed, those are the cruel rules of the class trial. If the Blackened is identified during the class trial, they alone will be punished. Since Monocrow confirmed our answer, Hajime is without a doubt the Blackened. And because of that, Hajime's fate is sealed. His death is inevitable. She's right, Hajime. I don't hate you. I just want to know why. Was it just because you wanted to escape? It was the same for all of us. We all have friends and family waiting for us out there. We all had the willpower to hold in our desire to escape. That's why I refuse to believe Hajime murdered Yuri just to escape this island. His willpower was the strongest of all of us. Yuki's right. There has to be another reason for this. He's like, I just straight up didn't like him. Hajime, just tell us what it was. If you don't, I really don't know if we'll be able to move forward from this. I'm sorry, I still can't tell you. Hajime! But you're right, I didn't kill Yuri just to get off this island. I had to kill someone, so I did. My decision didn't have a process. The only thing left is the outcome. Whatever my true reason was, I killed Yuri. I'm not trying to make any excuses. I just want to die the way I am right now. Oh, a murderer. The way he said, like, I had to, and he's like, I want to die as I am? What's that all about? Oh, this is frustrating that he's just straight up, like, usually they give a reason, they give their whole, like, villain breakdown, but he's just straight up not going to give us an answer, huh? Die? Don't jump to conclusions. That's not decided yet. There's gotta be a better, or another way. What are you talking about? There are no exceptions to the execution rule. Are you just gonna turn to escapism now? No, Hold on just a second, Hajime. Did you just say you wanted to die as a murderer? What are you getting at, Kokoro? That's not what you really mean. Not at all. What are you saying? You can't deceive me, Hajime. The emotion in the words you spoke just now? You're hiding something. Kokoro, what's the matter? I know what Hajime's saying sounds stoic, but Hajime's current thoughts, however, suggest he knows he isn't going to die at all. Oh, what? What do you mean, Kokoro? Are you reading his thoughts or something? I know your psychological abilities are real, Kokoro, but are you sure that Hajime's thinking that? Yeah. I cannot read his exact emotions because of those sunglasses covering his eyes, but I can still tell there was an abnormal reason for this murder. What was it? I have no idea what you're talking about. I was prepared to die. I have nothing more to say. Monocrow, just start your stupid punishment. Hajime, you can tell them what? You can tell them the truth. Is he, like, working with them? I know you're worried about the consequences, however, I assure you, you may speak freely. Besides, I doubt we can hide this from Kokoro any longer. I wonder if Mikado's just, like, putting out a thing out there like, guys, we need to take this girl out. She's too clever. Hey, shut the hell up. Stop bothering him. This has nothing to do with you. Mikado, are you sure it's okay? Huh? Yes, I'm completely sure. While we can't tell them everything, you may give your motive for the murder. I'll handle the aftermath of this reveal. Do as you please, Hajime. Why are Hajime and Mikado talking like that? Well, if you say so. Nothing's ever gone wrong listening to you before. Oh shit, they were working together. The fact that he's like, you know, what? Okay, Hajime, what's going on here? After finishing that sentence, Hajime took a deep breath. Then he spoke. Okay. So you all want to know why I committed murder, huh? The answer is simple, because my mission was to commit murder. His eyes full of madness, his mouth letting out a twisted tone of voice. The Hajime we knew was gone, and in his place was a Hajime we'd never seen before. What are you talking about, Hajime? You're acting really strange. What's so strange? You all wanted to know why I did it, right? Well, that's exactly why I did it. It was my mission to kill someone. I don't understand what you're saying. You're starting to look different. Sorry for keeping quiet, but since Mikado told me it's okay, I think it's time I said it out loud to all of you. Say what out loud? I'm sure this will be quite difficult to take in, but I must reveal that Hajime is in fact a proud member of Void. Void? What's that? That's the name of the organization Mikado said he was a part of. Oh! How many people are insiders? How many people are moles here? He mentioned it for a brief moment back when it was our first night on the island. But didn't he just make that up for his fake hero persona? It looks like that wasn't the case. Haha, that's right. I'm working with Mikado, the mastermind behind this whole killing game. What? You're shitting me. This has to be a lie. It is no lie. This fact perfectly explains Hajime's strange behavior. It was all planned out from the start. Then, everything he did, everything we know him for, it was all an act? I told you, didn't I? If I told you why I'd kill, you'd all hate me even more. I was trying to be a nice guy by quickly getting myself off stage. This didn't need to happen. Hajime, were you really on the mastermind side this whole time? Why would he care about being a nice guy at this point, though? That's right. I was on the mastermind side from the very beginning. I've been working for Mikado for a long time before I came to this island. That's the world-famous boxing star, Hajime Makunouchi, working with a huge criminal organization? Damn. Normally this would be an amazing headline, but I'm in shock. Hajime! What the hell do you mean? Why was it your mission to kill someone? It's very likely they coordinated this event in advance. You must kill someone to escape the island. That's easier said than done. It was very likely that this killing game would reach a deadlock. Your job was to break that deadlock and commit the first murder, correct? We did indeed plan everything in advance. I would have been so amazingly happy had someone besides Hajime murdered, but the harsh truth, however, was that life isn't that cooperative. So that means that Mikado also knew from the beginning that it was probably Hajime. That's so many people apparently knew who the killer was from the beginning. That conversation at the diner yesterday. Do you remember when Yuri said the motives here were weak? Back then, Mikado said something about how a murder would occur, because the killing game was structured so someone would kill. Then, is this what he meant? Hajime was working for the mastermind as he hid amongst ourselves? So that if murder didn't occur, he would come out and do it himself? Well, you know, since we've crossed this threshold, I might as well stab the dagger of despair even deeper into these fresh wounds. Allow me to reveal one last painful truth. Is he gonna be like, there's another member of the Void amongst you? Hajime and myself are not the only members of Void. Is it me? Is it Sora? Is she a member of Void and she had her mind wiped? What? Myself included? Void? Oh shit, 5. Myself included, Void consists of a total of 5 members. And all 5 of— oh shit! And all 5 of them are right here in this courtyard. Courtroom at this very moment. Do you fully comprehend what this means? That means there's more of us besides Hajime that are working for you right now? No way. Who are they? As you may have expected, I cannot reveal such information. However, I can assure you the late Yuri Kagura was not a member of the Void. But it really is disappointing, you know. Had Yuri lived longer, the school trip would have been even more interesting. I had no choice. It was to create a conflict of men versus women for the exact reproduction. Killing Yuri was the only way to do that. Him dying as a fact alone would be enough. As expected, it stirred up theories of a woman being the culprit. Hajime, don't tell me that's the sole reason you killed Yuri. You listening, Shinji? My mission was to kill someone. All I had to do was choose who. Of course, I also had to come up with the whole murder plan and everything else too. That was a lot of work, and it was a lot of weight to hold on my shoulders. I tried my best to win, I really did, but I just couldn't beat the combined minds of 15 people. Besides, it would have been a whole new problem had I really won. I'm assuming that all the members of Void know who the other members are? That's the question. I was like, maybe they don't. That would be interesting if, like, the members here don't know who the other members are. You bastard. Huh? Big bro, come on, no violence. Unable to repress his anger, Shinji lunged towards Hajime, but Hajime completely overpowered him and took him out with a single punch. Well, I mean, Hajime's gonna die anyway, so it doesn't matter. You fucking nuts? Who are you to challenge the ultimate boxer? Hajime Makunouchi, even if you're about to depart, violating the rules is unacceptable. It really doesn't matter. My job here is done. Shinji. He's out cold. What? Hajime, why'd you hit Big Bro with your full strength? We've been together for a week now. I thought you saw us all as friends. Did everything that happened this week mean nothing to you? It's a week, my man. That's not a lot of time. Well, it was enjoyable to an extent. At one point, I really did feel like I'd made some friends. But why? Why did you bring us all here to make us kill each other? Please don't let Yuri go. If she's a member of Void, my heart will break. Kokoro, can't you just read his mind and find out? My mind-reading abilities aren't that perfect. Besides, I can't just use them whenever I want. I can only tell the general emotional state that a person is in. She reminds me a lot of Athena from Ace Attorney, with the whole, like, emotion thing, that she really tuned into people's emotions. As well as the mood they're in, not their exact thoughts. I can't just simply understand why he sided with Mikado, but what I can tell is everything Hajime just said has been true. Anyway, sorry for tricking you guys, but I couldn't help it. I can't live on without this plan working. You can't live on? What do you mean? Sorry to interrupt, but I just feel like everything changes when the spotlight is on the void. I feel like I've become nothing but a useless bird thrown aside as a side character. I have my role to both teach and to judge. I believe it's time I did my job now. Ah, yes, you're right. It seems I was a bit hasty in giving my surprise announcement. Well then, let's begin, Monocrow. Show us the grand finale of this class trial. Very well. Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment for this case's killer, Hajime Makanochi. Huh? Don't you think we've done enough, Mikado? We don't have to go this far. I don't need a punishment. Just tell me the way out and I'll be waiting for you there. Oh shit, did he think he wasn't going to be able, like, he was just not gonna die? Huh? I beg your pardon. I don't understand. You lost the trial, did you not? And because you lost, you're being executed. Whoa, what's going on here? Aren't I just supposed to leave? You're not gonna kill for real, right? Oh, yes, I'll be killing you for real. Oh, what? Forgive me, Hajime. Not even I can bend the rules of this game. Are you not aware the Void are participating as students in the school trip? Surely you haven't forgotten the correctly identified Blacken must face execution. Hey, you better stop with this shitty joke of yours. You're not being serious right now, right? Well then, shall we begin? So that's why he was so blasé about it. He just thought he wasn't gonna die. Oh, I get it. This is just an act, right? You're just pretending to kill me. Very well, Hajime. I shall never forget you. Oh, and by the by, no need to cower in fear like that. Perhaps, if our plan succeeds, some sort of heavenly luck might revive you someday. Son of a bitch, you really think the other three are gonna let you do this? I'll expose everything right fucking now. It's punishment time! Well, the other three are gonna know now that, they, don't get an easy out. Alright, Super Makanoching Machine. Ah, poor Hajime. You should have realized, no matter what happens, the Void have no choice but to obey me without question. Adios, Hajime. Thank you for the entertainment. What was that? Is this real? Although he had sided with the Mastermind and killed Yuri, the person who was alive and breathing just a moment ago had completely perished. As we watched the whole scene unfold, none of us were able to say a word. The death mixed with the influx of information dropped on us. It was just too much. Hey. Yeah, he's been very quiet, hasn't he? I guess he didn't say he was going to participate in the class trial. Oh, have you finally awakened? Just now. I felt like some interesting stuff was going on. Anyway, so basically what you said was, there are 5 masterminds here, including yourself. And you guys, the Void, are making us do all of this to achieve some kind of purpose? That'd be correct. But you just betrayed your ally? Like the boxer said, I don't think the other 3 are just gonna let this happen. Shiobai, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't not your creed to stay out of the affairs of others lest it benefits you directly? Well, I'm curious. Satisfying my curiosity would benefit me directly, would it not? See, Shiobai's talking more like he's a member of the Void, and he's like, well, this does actually directly affect me. From the day you revealed yourself as the mastermind, I still haven't figured you out. I question how perfect your plan will go despite all these reveals. Our business is none of your concern. This applies to the remaining members of Void as well. I can tell you all might be a little confounded by my actions today. But as we reach the conclusion of this trial, I ask you think things over in your rooms, whether or not this was an act of mere betrayal or a sacrifice for the greater good. After finishing his sentence, Mikado disappeared in the flames. With Shiobai as the exception, the rest of us stood in the courtyard. Why do I keep saying courtyard? Courtroom, not knowing what to do. Is it over? Well then, I'll be heading out. Now then, everyone, let's head back to the Monocrows. Yes, I know this is hard. Even I'm struggling to keep myself together right now. I feel like she might be a member. I don't know why. But we need to move on. Let's just go. We'll go back and think. Right, we should probably bring Shinji to the infirmary. Ah, right. Hibiki, Kanade, mind helping me out? Don't touch me. What? Stay away from me. There's 3 voids in this room right now. The only person I can trust right now is Kanade, so stay away from me. What are you talking about? What's more important is... Oh, sis, calm down and think first. Shut up. How dare you interrupt your big sister when she's talking? Eek, I'm sorry, please don't be mad at me. We haven't seen that Kanade in a while. Hey, what about you, big sis? What if you 2 are members of the Void? Oh, here we go, the distrust has been sown. That's not true. Well, that's easy to say. Sorry, but as a journalist, I suspect everyone. Oh yeah? Well, what about you? Any evidence you're not a member of the Void? Why do I have a feeling we're not going to be having breakfast together anymore? Who knows, maybe you worked with Hajime to intentionally muddle up the case? It makes sense to work with your fellow members of Void, right? So now you can't be too close to anyone because they're gonna think that you're members of Void. What? What did you just say? Everyone, calm down. What's going on here? We can't be going at each other's throats like this. But what if Mikado and Hajime were saying is true? Or sorry, if what Mikado and Hajime were saying is true. It'll be hard to trust anyone now. Sorry, but carry Shinji by yourselves. If you're going to be like this, I can't trust any of you. Hey, why are you all so... It's no use, Setsuka. Maybe this was just meant to be. When this all began, we were afraid somebody would kill us. That fact alone caused distrust among us. But now? We know that there are multiple masterminds hiding among us. I don't think things will ever be like they were before. What are you saying, Yuki? Sure, Hajime and Yuri are dead, and there are multiple masterminds among us. But so what? You really think we should just give up and start killing each other? It's even more ridiculous. I'm sorry, what I said might be a little over the top. However, at least for now, no one's in their right state of mind. If only Big Bro would wake up. Everyone is losing their minds. Iroha, what about you? Setsuka. Sora. Let's go. We should take Shinji to the infirmary. Right, okay. The dramatic scene was like a perfect summary on how an infectious disease becomes a pandemic. Some of our bonds were already unstable from the start. This class trial just made sure we all refused to trust one another. Even Setsuka, who was trying to encourage everyone. Deep behind her words could lie some form of distrust in us. Our lives together will never be the same, thanks to this class trial. All that was left was the impact of a small seed, the seed named Void that Mikado left behind. I like that. I like the fact that there's a reason why we should be so mistrusting from each other right from the get-go. I like that reveal. After carrying Shinji to the infirmary, I silently left the Monocrows. Some time had passed and the night had arrived, but the chaos still remains in the Monocrows. The chaos where you can't trust anyone, a chaos where your only ally is yourself. The distrust we were currently feeling could easily lead to murder. Is there even anything I can do about it? In my current state of affairs, all I can do is just watch as the chaos unfolds. To avoid being lost amongst the turmoil, I strolled along the night seashore in silence. Who am I? Who am I to have gone through all this at this place? If anyone out there knows the answer, please tell me. Oh? What was that sound just now? E? Through the sound of the wind and the waves of the night sea, I heard a man's voice. Ignoring my anxiety from hearing the sudden voice, I approached the origin of the sound. And at that place... Oh, shit! Oh! Teruya! I forgot about him. I assumed he just got fucking T-Rocket blasted off into space and he was gone. Hey, Ray. It's him. Oh shit! Teruya enters the... Okay, he's like, God damn it, I gotta do this shit again? Okay. The number of voids. I like this too. This is cool. So they're gonna reveal the voids. So now we gotta figure out who the other three are. That is... Ooh, I like that a lot. Alright everybody, that is the first class trial done. It was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. I definitely think that they did some improvements over the first game for sure. I still had some issues with some of the mini games, but I'm gonna say it's a skill issue. I've kind of given out my grievances on the issues I had, like the ones where you have to read stuff. I found things were going too quickly for me to really be able to read what was being said, but, you know, still got through it with minimal issues. And I really like that twist at the end, that there are members of the Void, not just one, but multiple members of the Void, and I like that at the end of the class trial, if a member of the Void is killed, that gets included as well. So that just sows so much distrust right from the bat. You know, the other games, it felt like it was a more progressive thing after the first class trial where people were unsure of who to trust, but the reveal about members of the Void, basically people who are working against us, multiple people working against us, that is just, it bumps it up to a whole level. So I really like that. I like that they're doing something different with this, something unique. I think that's really cool. So I am very excited to see where we're going to go from here. And yeah, that was a good first class trial. So what did you guys think of it? Did you, do you agree? Do you think that this was a good introduction to it? What do you think of the whole, like, situation with the Void members being included? And also Teruya coming in at the end. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. So now, like, he is, poor guy, once again thrown into another killing game. It's very much like Rantaro, where it's like a returning person who has to do this again. So this should be interesting. You've got a member of the group who's done this before, who can maybe kind of walk us through what to expect. So really good, really like that. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned next week for Chapter 2 of Super Danganronpa Another 2. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, iCognito, Kevlar, Sean, Waz RD1, iZuzu, and Ronnie RKX.